Let's dive into the sparkliest productivity tool I've ever laid my rhinestone loving hands on. The PLAUD NotePin, this little powerhouse, has become my daily sidekick at the Crystal Ninja HQ. It's sleek, subtle, and most importantly, smart. Why I love it. I don't always want my phone in my hand. Sometimes pulling it out mid-convo just isn't the vibe. Whether I'm in a jam-packed meeting or deep in a creative flow, the NotePin lets me stay present while still capturing everything. I use it in meetings, during team brainstorms, even when whispering ideas in traffic like a rhinestone-obsessed Batman. And yes, I've been known to wear it while talking through rhinestone classes, trainings, and even our certification program.
Stay sparkly, Crystal Ninja Certified Engineers!
Curating our kits for VIP3, creating exclusive mixes, talking through app development and improvements for VIP site. It can transcribe meetings into organized notes, sort out voices like a little digital detective, and even generate to-do lists or manuals just from your spoken words. Now let's get to the blingifying. These are the supplies I'm using today, and the first step is always prep. Gently sand the surface. Clean thoroughly with rubbing alcohol. And here's the kicker, this device is tiny, so I highly recommend creating a way to secure or stabilize it while you work. Trust me, chasing it across your desk is not the aesthetic we're going for. Make yourself as comfy as possible. Posture matters when you're about to hyper-focus and precision place teeny tiny rhinestones. CupChain 101. When using CupChain, pre-measure or pre-cut the length needed. You can easily move the links closer, but if it's not long enough, you will have to add more, and that gets tricky when you are already in a tight spot. I like to use heavier glue with CupChain and want to know there is glue under it and a little bit to go up the sides for extra security. I could have used the Pro epoxy, but didn't want to wait 2 to 3 hours for it to set. I also could have used Ninja Superflex, but it was just a bit too fast. Multigraph 360 is too a good option. I have said many times before that it is always good to change up the glues and stay practiced in many types. Today I used Aleene's Ultimate Glue to keep the chain where I needed it as it dried. It will be the foundation of the whole design. Adjust the CupChain until it is as straight as you need. I will let it sit about 20 minutes to move on to the next step, the Universal Pro 2-part epoxy. Be sure to not place the chain too low and interrupt the charging connectors or other accessories. Design phase, the swirl of elegance. I went with a graceful scroll design, something classic and fluid from top to bottom. First, I sketched it out with a Sharpie, erased and redrew a few times. Then I outlined with a fine tip Sharpie paint pen. Once that dried, I layered over it with a pink shade for just the right pop. Why bother painting it if I'm covering it with stones? 1, it gives me a clear path to follow. 2, it enhances the swirl's shape beneath the stones, kind of like contouring for your bling. Let's paint an epoxy. After the painted swirl is fully dry, I apply a coat of iridescent clear just for a hint of magic. Once that sets, usually 10 minutes, it's go time for glue. And I had planned on using this beautiful Polar Lights light amethyst. It's like the perfect color, but when I put it on here, it went very blue. So I think I see one right here that's still, when it went on here, see how it goes blue? So I'm not going to use that color. I'm now switching to our violet. It is the perfect color, but I wanted to so badly use that because it's cool. But and now I'm doing a dry fit to where I just kind of place the stones on it. There's no glue, and I'm using Rainbow for the little swirls. And I think that's going to be my palette. I've got 6s, 3s, And then I'll have the 6s and some 8s, and a couple of 12s are in here. That's probably the biggest that I'll be able to go, if at all. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I'm using Universal Pro Epoxy. It's a 2-to-1 mix, thick and almost frosting-like, but don't eat it, obvi. I mix tiny batches for better control and really smoosh it into the CupChain for max grip. Be careful, heavy glue can drown the stones, so go slow and steady. And for the love of sparkle, do not get glue on the mic or the activation light at the top. That's a NotePin funeral waiting to happen. Testing, sound. NotePin deep dive. By the way, I recorded this part of the voiceover with the actual NotePin mic. I just imported the audio into CapCut, hit a few quick cleanup tools, and boom, crystal clear narration. Not too bad for something that weighs the same as a pair of earrings. It really does pick up sound well. It's not a fancy microphone, but even when I think the room is chaos, you can even train it to recognize certain voices so that it knows when it's me rambling through post-meeting ideas in the car versus when it's Boss Ninja Susie talking herself through her extremely busy day of tasks. I started the details first with SS6 crystals along the CupChain edge. This frames the whole piece and gives me boundaries. Doing the background first would have left me uneven edges for the trim stones. Always think your steps through ahead of time. Talk it out. Heck, talk it into the NotePin if you want. It might just organize your thoughts for you. The scroll is filled with a stunning rainbow mix of SS6 and SS3. I take my time, making sure the lines flow smoothly. The epoxy stays workable for around 2 hours, so no need to rush. Unless you want to live that chaotic bling life. Once the scroll is locked in, I move to the background. Violet is the next color, mostly SS6 and SS3, with a few SS12 and SS8 for variety. This gives it that lush, layered dimension. Final touch, and for the grand finale, my teeny tiny crystal ninja logo, like signing your artwork with Rhinestone royalty. The PLAUD NotePin isn't just a cool tech gadget, it's a workflow game changer for creators, educators, entrepreneurs, and anyone whose brain moves faster than their pen. Whether I'm teaching a rhinestone technique, outlining a new project, or just babbling through my to-do list in traffic, it's always ready to listen, without stealing my focus. Now I have a personalized, functional, crystal-encrusted productivity wizard clipped to my jacket. So, who says business tools can't sparkle? I hope you enjoyed this project tutorial, and if you are interested in getting a NotePin of your own, my affiliate link is in the description below. Thanks, PLAUD. I really love my NotePin.